Hello guys, and welcome to my video on the Heavy Bowgun in Monster Hunter World. So I wanted to make this video because I saw a lot of either misinformation on the internet or just hard to find information on this weapon in the game, in the internet. So I wanted to make this video, just make a one-stop shop for this weapon, so we know what we're looking for. So before I talk about specifics, I want to talk to you guys about the different kinds of bullets in Monster Hunter World. So there's three different kinds of bullets. There's spread ammo. Spread ammo works from point blank all the way to about a roll away. So at this point, it loses its effectiveness. That's one roll away. There's also normal ammo. Normal ammo is 80% effective at point blank. But then once you get about half a roll away, it stays effective until you get to 2 rolls away. So let me show you guys that. You're right there. Well, actually, no. Thing right here. Yeah, right there. So this is about 2 rolls away. And I'm sure you guys have noticed, the Heavy Bowgun's rolls are longer than other weapons. So that's 2 rolls away for normal ammo. So normal ammo is effective from half a roll to 2 rolls away. Then there's pierced ammo. Pierced ammo is somewhat effective at close range, but you really want to be at right here. This is about like 1.5 rolls away. That's about a roll away. Let's just say 1 roll, but it's 1.5 rolls away, and it stays effective until you get to 3 rolls away. Let's move there. And then it should, I think, right around here. Yep. Right around here. So 3, and this is 3 rolls away. That's 1, 2, 3. So if you're someone who likes to stay at range and all that, pierced ammo is the ammo you want to use. Normal ammo is really mid-range, and then spread ammo is melee range. So that's the 3 main kinds of ammo. There's a lot of other kinds of ammo as well. So, but they're more for utility. You wouldn't really use them to DPS, or, you know, they do some damage too. But anyway, so sticky ammo, contrary to what you might see here, sticky ammo does not have a critical range. So you can see that it does 42 damage. Let's see from here how much damage it does. 42 damage still. Let's see what it says out of range now. I don't know what will happen. Oh, well, I missed that one. Let's try. Right there, so it said out of range. How much damage is it going to do? 42 damage. So still, no matter what distance you shoot at it from, it's still going to do 42 damage. However, with this ammo, you're not looking to do damage with this ammo. The whole point of sticky ammo, it does KO damage. So you would shoot the monster's head, you would stick this all over the head, and KO the monster with it. Then there's cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are really strong. They do a lot of damage. Let's see that. So 60 times 4 is 240 damage per shot. I mean, it's really good, cluster bombs. But the problem is, when you're online, everyone's going to hate you if you use cluster bombs. So if you're online, try to avoid using it. Another really strong ammo that you shouldn't use online is Wyvernian Fire, Wyvern ammo. Wyvern ammo does about the same damage as a cluster bomb. But it's melee range, and you want to avoid using it online because that will shoot your teammates across the map. So that's one thing. It's not that great. Certain guns can use dragon ammo. Dragon ammo is really strong as well. So it's equivalent to pierce ammo. Some ammos you would just use because the monster's weak to fire or whatever. So you know, those other element ammos, and those are always good to use. There's status ammo, of poison, paralysis. So, and you know, all of these ammos are great. There's demon ammo. Let's see if I can shoot it right here. I can shoot it at my cat, and I buffed him with it's equivalent to a demon drug. So right there. Then there's trank ammo. You would use trank ammo if you didn't have any trank bombs on you. And well, there's one more kind of ammo. I don't have it. I can't use it with this gun. There's slicing ammo. Let me show you what it looks like. The slicing ammo, unfortunately, was nerfed because it used to be the best. But it was nerfed to shit now. It's not that great anymore. So, see if you look at the damage it does. Like, it's okay damage. I'm not saying it's bad damage, but I mean, compared to like piercing does more damage than that. So, you know, and because slicing ammo also, you can carry less of it and everything. The thing is, slicing ammo used to be the best, and back then, the Toby Kadachi Heavy Bowgun was the best. Now, it was nerfed, so I mean, it's still good for slicing off tails, obviously, but you know, there's better weapons now. Now, I also want to talk to you guys about one more attack. There is the melee attack. The melee attack is actually pretty strong. I think it's equivalent almost to a hammer swing in KO damage. The damage is low, but there's a lot of KO. So one, I crit with that. So one technique you can do. Let's see if I have any sticky ammo here. So you can stick the monster with 2 sticky ammos, then use your gun and use KO damage like that, and I'll KO the monster. There's more techniques here. So if you wanted to reload your gun quickly and you have a ledge right there, what you can do is you can roll off the ledge and attack. If you press triangle, it will do a jumping reload. Let me show you that again. So you jump off, hold it right there. Quick reload. I also want to talk about the special ammo that is available to Heavy Bowgun. Heavy Bowgun has 2 different special ammos it can use. There is the Wyvern Heart. I'm sorry, that's Wyvern Snipe. Wyvern Snipe will penetrate the monster, and it will cause every couple inches or feet of the monster it goes through, it will do more damage. So it's really good to use Wyvern Snipe to and try to put it down the back of the monster. However, not many of the good guns have Wyvern Snipe. Most of them actually have Wyvern Heart. And Wyvern Heart is really strong as well. Wyvern Heart is essentially a machine gun. So what you'll do is do that. So it starts off doing relatively low damage, then the damage goes higher and higher as you use the ability. So yeah, it's again, Wyvern Fire is really, Heart is really good too. So that's the special ammo. So now let me show you guys different kinds of guns that are available to you. Alright guys, let's start talking about the different choices you have in Heavy Bowguns. So for the pierced ammo, there's only one option really, and that's the Legiana set, the Legia Shattercrest. There's no other gun that's going to give you as high of a clip in piercing and as low of recoil. And if you look at the pierced ammo for Legiana, I mean, there's no other gun that's going to give you that high of a clip, that low recoil. So there's not. I don't think there's really much discussion on pierced ammo or the best gun for that. So. Another reason why it has good cluster clip, good sticky, or decent sticky. I don't want to say amazing. You know, it has Wyvern Fire. All in all, the gun is a solid gun and it's relatively easy to make. Another good gun is the Anjanath gun. The Anjanath gun has an amazing clip for all kinds of attacks. It gets high normal, high spread, and somewhat good piercing, but I mean it's still good piercing, but you wouldn't use this for piercing. The problem with the Anjanath one, it has extremely high recoil. So definitely, if you're using the Anjanath one, you're gonna want to try to get that recoil lower. So really, with those two weapons, you've covered all the different kinds of attacks. So at that point, and again, they hit. This also has good cluster. Good, good wyvern and everything like that. It has good, has dragon attack. But another honorable mention I'll say is the Gigante one, the Destructionist Fusillade. I did make it, and I will say I regretted making it. But there is some value in it. One thing that's good about it is that the clip size of one is horrible. This weapon it's horrible. 3-3-1 for spread, for normal 3-5-1, and then Pierce, forget it. It's like level 1 Pierce, not worth even using. But one thing about it, at level 1 it will auto reload. So like the cycle you would do for this weapon, for the Gigante one, use up your, if you do spread, use up your spread 3, use up your spread 2, and keep spamming 1 until you're able to recharge the rest. Same with normal, so use up your 3, use up your 5, you keep spamming 1 until you're able to have a chance to really restock all your bullets. There's value in that, but I just don't think it's worth it. That's why, personally, if I'm trying to go for normal or closer range, I use the Anjanath weapon. And if I'm trying to go for long range and piercing, I'm using the Legiana weapon. And I don't really think there's much. Like there are other weapons there. I'll go over them. I'll show you them, but I think those weapons that definitely stand out. So let's show you them. So a lot of people I've read talking about are the where is it? I'm trying to show you. Tobikadachi. The Tobikadachi weapon, its raw attack is pretty bad. It has good affinity. I'll give it that. 15% affinity. Thing is, its pierce is also pretty good. Honestly, my major complaint with it is that people were using it for slicing. And it was king back when slicing was good. Now that slicing has been nerfed, the Kadachi bow gun is noticeably weaker than your other bow guns, really. So it's not really worth using anymore, unfortunately. So, there's other good weapons. The Xenojiva weapon is great. The clip size is not as good, but the thing is, once you start getting to end game, decoration slots are king, and you would just use the Xenojiva one and use those slots. But until then, until you get really good gems, I think you should stick with the Legiana piercing weapon and the Anjanath spread weapon. However, there is more to the bowgun than just the choosing weapon and the ammo and all that. There's customization of the bowgun. So the bowgun has 3 different slots for customization, and customizing is free. There's no cost to it. You can customize at will. Anything you walk up, you can just customize it. And a lot of these customizations are, I think, self-explanatory. I don't think I need to tell you guys how to build it. It's really up to you and your playstyle. However, there is one that I think there's some confusion on, so I do want to discuss it, and that's the shield mod. The shield mod on the Heavy Bowgun is extremely good. just so you guys understand this, the shield mod on the Heavy Bowgun is equivalent to a Lance's shield. I did some tests on it, and it's equivalent to a Lance's shield. So, and the way you block with a Heavy Bowgun is you just don't shoot. Don't shoot and don't reload. You just stand there and you're blocking. And the way it works, if you add more shields, each shield after that is guard +1. So example, let's say I use this gun right here. This is a gun that gives me guard +2. It's a shield and guard +2. And then example, I wanted to use, if I put the Ironside Charm on, which is guard +3, I now have a Lance's shield with guard +3 on a Heavy Bowgun. Guard +5, I'm sorry, with a Heavy Bowgun. You know, if you're using that, I mean, Nergigante will dive at you, and you're just gonna look right at him and not take any damage, and then you're just gonna shoot him in the face when he's done attacking. So it's definitely worth using the shield, I think. Maybe you don't want to block, maybe you just want to roll, and that's fine. I personally don't really use the block on this thing too much. I rarely use it, but it's still there, and it's still valuable to use. Generally, how I usually build it is usually if I have to put deviation suppressor, recoil suppressor, and then depending on how many recoil suppressors I need, you know, I'll just use it. But again, having one shield on is also not bad. I mean, having one shield and then putting on that charm, guard +3. I mean, a Lance's guard +3 is still really good anyway. So I just want to bring some awareness to the shield mod. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. And if there's any other information, any other weapons you guys want me to talk about, just let me know. You know, I try to make videos that are not really discussed, or it's hard to find information on. So yeah, just let me know if there's any gaps in information in Monster Hunter World. Alright guys, so I'll see you next time. Alright, bye.